Welcome to the Hunger Games. The Hunger Games started this week thanks to Trump winning. Unless you're living under a rock, you already know we got a new president-elect, Donald Trump. I'm seeing a lot of protests on Facebook, Instagram, people bitching and complaining that he's not my president, all this mess. We're all entitled to our opinions, right? This is America. Free speech. Everybody has an opinion. It's like an asshole. Everybody's got an opinion. But ultimately, I gotta respect Donald Trump. The reason why I respect him doesn't mean that I agree with his policies. I don't think even half the people who voted for him agree with his policies. I just respect the shit out of that man. I'll tell you why. Because Donald Trump had the balls to do what he did, and he'll probably go into history, American history that is, as being one of the greatest Americans. The establishment hates him, the media hates him, shit, a little over half the country hates him, but he still won. He's still winning. That's fucking incredible, and he's a billionaire. I'm sorry, but rule number one of success is never hate on another man who's being successful. When you hate on another man who's being successful, that means you're hating on yourself. Because when you're in a position that you're winning, it's inevitable that you're going to get haters. That's just the way it is. That's just the way of the world. People love to hate things that they can't have. You know, I can't explain that. It's the psychology of being a human. As soon as you understand that, as soon as you figure that out, you'll be just fine. I used to live in New York City. Now I finally moved out of New York City. I quit my job. For me to start a new career path, to start a new life, I had to move out of that city completely. Now I live in Atlanta. The reason why I live in Atlanta, Georgia now is because I couldn't be paying the high-ass rent that I was paying in Harlem. So I had to bootstrap it. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bootstrap my business, paying less rent so that my burn rate is a little lower. Actually a lot lower, and I can enjoy this. This is a Thursday afternoon, actually Thursday morning. Yep, it's Thursday morning. It's 11:30, and I can do this video. I couldn't imagine that life in New York City because number one, I was working my ass off all the time just so I can pay my rent, and so my landlord can get rich. New York City is a great city to visit, but I really, if you're young, a lot of you young guys out there, I really don't advise you to live in New York City because it's cutthroat. It's really tough to make it there. And if you got an online business, you can survive anywhere. Matter of fact, there are folks in who run online businesses, and they call themselves digital nomads. So you have a bunch of digital nomads who live in Medellin, Colombia, a bunch of digital nomads in Bangkok, Thailand, and Chiang Mai, Thailand. There's a whole movement about those kind of guys. Basically, they make their money online and mostly in the US market, and they live on the cheap in Chiang Mai, Thailand, or Medellin, Colombia, because the cost of living down there is so low and you get a lot of bang for your buck. So here's what I advise a lot of you young traders, anybody who's looking to get into trading. If you're seriously considering taking trading to the next level, don't fucking move to New York City. Because I did New York City for 10 years, I will be in the best position to advise you that when you move to New York City, you'll be in a situation where you're constantly working to pay for your cost of living. Now granted, if you move to a place like Chiang Mai, Thailand, where cost of living is about a tenth of New York City, then you can essentially probably pay 6 months worth of rent up front and know that 6 months worth of rent for you is covered and you can do whatever you want. Seriously consider that. Like, visit New York City, yes, awesome. I can tell you where to go. I can tell you how to even visit New York City on a shoestring budget, no problem. But living there is just a nightmare. Don't fucking do it. Especially if you're young and you're trying to work for yourself, it's just not worth it. Don't bother. This is luxury to me. This is fantastic. I love it here. I'm not leaving. Except for vacation, of course, but I'm not leaving. I'm never gonna say fuck you to America. I'm not, I'm not living here because I know there's great opportunity here. And I'm gonna continue to do business in America because it's only gonna get better for me as I grow my businesses, as I grow as a trader. It's just gonna get better. I might live remotely, maybe I might try living remotely in Chiang Mai, Thailand. I might give that a shot. But Colombia, I got my eye on Colombia, Medellin. I got my eye on that. Cartagena, I got my eye on that. I might live there for a couple of months just to experience new culture, new way of life, new quality of life, that sort of thing. To open up my mind. As a beginner trader, 4 things are important for you to get a grasp on. Number 1, the most important part, the most important element of succeeding as a trader is to have a burning desire. You have to have a burning desire to want to succeed as a trader. It has to be something that you're willing to put everything on the line. Change your lifestyle, even if it means cutting off a lot of naysayers, moving to a new town. You have to be ready to go all in. That's a burning desire I'm talking about. Let me use myself as an example. I had this burning desire to succeed as a trader, to succeed as a business owner, so much so that I put everything on the line. I quit my job. I gave up my beautiful apartment in Harlem, New York. I said goodbye to a lot of friends who I used to drink with and hang out with. I relocated to a brand new city. I put everything on the fucking line because I had this burning desire to make it happen. A burning fucking urge. It's gonna burn so much that you wake up with a boner. You wake up with a hard-on for it. If you're not waking up with a hard-on for your dreams, sorry, it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna succeed as a trader. It's not gonna happen for you. I'm sorry, it's not. You gotta be willing to risk everything. And when I say risk everything, obviously it's gotta be a calculated risk. So for me, I calculated my risk. Number 2, you need to get started. I get a lot of people DM me or sending me messages on my channel saying they've been thinking about trading currencies, but they really haven't gotten started. You gotta get fucking started. You don't, like I said, you don't need money to get started. What I would advise you to do is to set up a demo account. A lot of these online brokers. So my online broker is FXCM. So it's a personal choice, but there are plenty of other brokers out there that are good. So you just gotta pick one. And a lot of these brokers will allow for you to create a practice or a demo account. Number 3, third thing you need to get your trading off the ground is you need a charting tool. I use TradingView simply because FXCM charts are hard for me to use. They don't have the tools that I need, really. In this case, TradingView is what I prefer. There might be some out there, I don't know if, but tradingview.com. Number 4, you need some tool that gives you news alerts. So in my case, I use my FX book. I have an app for it. Now, TradingView doesn't have an app, but my FX book has an app. The great thing about my FX book app is that it has, I'm going to put a screenshot of what that looks like right here, probably. It'll show you the type of news that you need to look out for. So for example, if the Fed is reducing or increasing interest rate, or if the I don't know. I love to trade the Aussie and the New Zealand dollars against the US or the euro. So a lot of the times the Bank of New Zealand or Bank of Australia would adjust the interest rates, and that affects the market, you know, because people react based on these types of news. So this app allows for you to be able to track those type of news events before they happen, and so that you can avoid taking trades during that time, or if you want to, you can take trades during those times. Personally, I never take trades during those times because it's just madness. It just depends on how you play it. I can't advise you on how to, I can't tell you what to do. You just got to do your own analysis and see what works for you. I like to take my trades long term. So what I mean by that is I like to set my trade, let's say in the morning, and leave it, probably close it by end of day or even tomorrow morning after gaining a couple of pips. That's what I like to do. I'm a swing trader. I guess you could call me a swing trader, you know. A lot of people like to wait for those big news and trade the big news events. That's on you. I don't know how to do that. If it works for you, that's great, but it just doesn't work for my strategy, and I don't want to risk it. I'm a long-term swing trader, because the reason why I'm a long-term swing trader is because I have 2 other businesses that I have to run, right? So if I do my analysis, let's say for an hour or 2 in the morning, I set my trade up right away on my smartphone, I enter my trades. This is a great thing, right? I do my charting analysis on TradingView, all right? Right here, TradingView. And then once I do my trading analysis on TradingView, I take my FXCM app right here, and I just enter my trades. Boom. Entering my trades takes me 2 minutes, maybe a minute. And I can just basically monitor, you know, the progress on that app throughout the day while I'm doing other shit, like, you know, doing this YouTube video. Cool, so that's all you need. So let's recap one more time. Number 1, a burning desire to get started, and willing to risk everything to get started. Number 2, a broker, an online broker. You can start with a demo account or practice account before you go live. And number 3, a charting tool, package, platform, whatever you like to call it. I use TradingView. You need that. And number 4, you need some kind of news alerts. Sure, you might be a technical trader, but the fundamentals almost always affect the technicals. So fundamental news, Fed rates, Brexit, Trump being elected for president, all that news events affect how the market moves. So you might have done an analysis yesterday and expect a certain type of movement, but guess what? All that shit is going to get disrupted. And it's happened to me. All that analysis is going to get disrupted when a news event happens, because people behave irrationally. That's just the way it is. People panic. All right, there you have it, your starter kit to becoming a trader. So in closing, you're not going to pay my bills, so I'm going to tell you what I've noticed. So I see a lot of guys selling Forex signals and some courses on how to trade, and that's cool. That's how they make their money. I gotta respect that. And what I've noticed is there's a really big pain point in people selling signals and Forex training, and the way they capture their leads, in the way they approach new students. I get a lot of spam of people, you know, trying to get me to pay for the training services. I mean, that's cool, but I just feel the way they approach it is kind of outdated. And I'm sure they're approaching a lot of people watching this in the same way, and I don't feel their approach is right. I think it can be better, and the way I challenge the status quo is by helping these people be able to approach new students in a better way. So if you're selling signals and you're using that same tactic of just approaching and say, hey, buy my shit, just know that if it doesn't work in the physical world, it's not going to work online or in social media. So just sending me a request or just sending me your course and saying, hey, pay for my course or pay for my service, it doesn't work. So here's what I look to solve. I look to solve that problem for a lot of businesses. So a lot of businesses who are looking to generate leads, who are looking to get new customers. I see a lot of people who are buying ads on Instagram and Facebook and are burning a lot of cash on those ads. Look, I've been there. I've been in digital media for 10 years and now how to get around that. So my offer is this. I'm going to give you a free consultation for up to 30 minutes. All right? You're going to schedule a time that works for you and consider that confirmed on my end. Below this video, in the description box, I'm going to put one link where you click on it, you select a time and date that works for you, and you can call me and I'm going to tell you some strategies that I've used that I believe will be beneficial for your business. And if you like what I deliver, if you like the value that I give you in those 30 minutes, then we can move on to the next phase, which is I'll tell you what my rates are for me to execute on that strategy. If that makes sense for you, then hit that link, schedule a time. Again, it's 30 minutes worth of free consultation where we're going to talk about how to really properly generate leads, get new people to pay for your service, get new students to sign up for your training, and that sort of thing. This is what I do, and I'm pretty good at it. All right, signing off.